In this video, I'm going to break down why I quit SMA, why you should too, and how I've been able to land my first client that pays me 40 to 50K on the lower end and all the way up to 100K in a year, depending on the results that I generate. And overall, 100K is realistic in terms of what that client pays me, because I can get them to pay me either way from 10 to 15K a month on a monthly basis if I land them the right and realistic results. So first of all, why did I quit SMA? It's because everything is stacked against you. Everything is impossible. Think about the amount of clients you have to sign, how high the churn is, how high the cost per acquisition is. There's no way to build trust with these people because they're not on social media, so they can't see the content. You have to cold call them, you have to cold DM them, you have to cold email them. They don't trust you. They don't know what they're doing either when it comes to marketing. There's no sophistication there. So they're not tech savvy at all. Other things I'd written down here is that you don't even like working with local business owners. They're an absolute pain because they're not tech savvy and they overall just don't get it. So why would you overall work with people that you don't even like as well? Just unlimited disadvantages to it. And overall they have no money to invest because they're not very profitable, and that is just a nightmare because you want to work with people that have money. You can make them more money, but they also have money to pay you with in the first place. Other things I've written down here is it's become extremely saturated because if you look at it, the amount of people that have been told by Iman and other people like Charlie Morgan to start an SMMA, they start it, they have no idea what they're doing, they get them terrible results. Every single local business owner has worked with an agency that has burned them, and they're extremely skeptical to work with you, and overall that is just an absolute nightmare. So what I did was I simply thought to myself, okay, so I don't want to work with that many clients because clients are a nightmare. I want to work with clients, okay, in that case, that need to pay me a lot of money, and I actually want to work with clients that I like. So what did I think to myself? I thought, okay, let's try and find people that can pay me. Let's try and find, let's say, 2, 3, 4, 5 clients that can pay me anywhere from at least 10 to 15K a month every single month from the results I generate them. And overall, how can I work with people that I actually like? Okay, let's work with people like me that are already making that money in terms of being my age, they are actually able to get along with. And the client that I have here that I'm going to talk about, I literally flew out to Dubai to spend a few weeks with him, and I met him in person in the first place. So overall, while I was in Dubai the first time around. So overall, I thought to myself, let me tick off all these boxes, but in order to be able to be paid 10 to 15K a month from a client, what am I going to need to do in order to warrant that price point? And overall, I just thought to myself, okay, it's purely about value. How can I, number one, just get clients? Because nobody cares about appointments, nobody cares about leads, they care about how much revenue you can bring to their business. So how can I work with people that have money, work with them for a long time, and get them to pay me a lot of money and a percentage of the money that I generate them? So I thought to myself, why don't I just work with personal brands, people that already have an audience, to where I can take care of their marketing? Because you literally go to some of these people and all they'll have is like a Calendly link set up and no funnels, no emails, no VSL, no nothing. Like the content, the messaging is completely backwards. So what you can do is you can just go in there to the most important thing where somebody has attention in today's day and age, which is the number one thing. You go in there with your marketing skills. Everything's copywriting, by the way. You have to become a top level marketer. It's all about copywriting. If you just learn copywriting and the basics of copywriting, it's all in ads, VSLs, emails. It's all getting people to take an action. It's all about psychology. If you just get really good at copywriting, and then you can just go into their business, you can go sort out their marketing, put the systems in place, the back-end systems, the emails, the content, the sales team, the setters, the closers, get everything on point, look at the KPIs that they need to hit, identify the biggest bottlenecks, and then from there you can just make really quick cash because they have no idea what they're doing. And it's all about putting the infrastructure in their business to where you can take them from, let's say they're at like 50K a month, and you put the infrastructure and you get them to 150, 200K a month, and then you're responsible for that. So what you can simply do is just go in and charge a percentage of that every single month. And if you're making them an extra on top of, so you come in, they're at 50K a month, you want to take them to, let's say, just 100K a month, make them an extra 50K a month, and you take 10% of that, and you have a base fee of anywhere from, depending on your credibility and experience, anywhere from 3, 4, 5K a month all the way up to 10K a month. Then you have a percentage alongside that. And I just thought to myself, this is exactly what I need. I need to work with people that I like. I want to work with people that I like. I want to work with people that have money, and I want to work with people to where I can make them a lot more money and charge a good percentage of that to get what I deserve in terms of less clients, more money, and overall less headache, and the simplistic scalable model for me. And that's simply what I just identified. It's like, how can I do the opposite what everyone's doing with agency, which is working with people they don't like, working with people who don't have any money, working with people who don't know what they're doing, and overall they have to deal with a lot of clients. Think about let's just do the math. Think about trying to get to 100K a month. How many of these clients do you need to stack up versus your like SMMA clients? And by the way, there's like no profit in those, whereas this is all profit. How many clients are you gonna need to stack up to get to 100K a month? Probably gonna need about 50 clients if you're doing your usual, if you're lucky to close a 2K retainer or whatever, whatever your offer is. Whereas if I go in there and charge a flat fee of, let's say 10%, a flat like fee every month, anywhere from 3, 4, 5K all the way up to 10K a month, depending on your level of experience, just to get your foot in the door, it'll be a less base fee originally. But overall, once you get people results, you start to build a bit of credibility. You can go in there and charge 5, 10K as a base fee every month, alongside the 10%, 15%, whatever it is I have. I have a 15% with my client. And overall, if you work with people that have money, you have attention, all you need to do is learn copywriting to turn all of that attention into cash. And overall, you'll seem like a god to this personal brand or creator. And it's basically coaches, or like anywhere from creators, coaches, anybody who has an audience, a personal brand that they have a skill set to sell, and you can sell that to their audience. Overall, you're gonna make a ton of money, and all you need to do is just learn a little bit about copywriting and just to build out these back-end systems. And overall, you're gonna have less clients, you're gonna make more money, and it's just gonna be so much more scalable for you compared to SMMA, where the churn's too high, cost per acquisition, think about the cold calls, emails that you have to do. You can just send DMs to these people, you can just reach out to them, send them little video pitches, and you clean up your profile, make yourself look presentable, have a blue tick, you have your profile looking good, associations with other people, and overall you reach out to these people, mutual connections, and you just kind of introduce yourself or get them to introduce you to this person, and overall you're looking at acquisition is not a problem. The only challenge here is getting people results, and once you have the exact game plans in place, like how to run webinars, how to run call funnels, how to run different types of funnels anyway when it comes to converting people with paid ads, because there's this specific ad strategy where you run content first ad strategies, where you run actual non-call to action ads, and then people know everything, they get put in a certain pre-frame, and then from there, then you hit them with the direct book a call ads, and by then when they've watched all your content through the form of ads, they're now warmed up and they know who you are. And then your webinar strategy is the most powerful. That's what we're running for our clients. This is in my last video. And overall, if you know how to set up a webinar, it's extremely complex, but once you kind of go through the SOP, you kind of learn everything that you need to know, the different nuances about it. You do it a couple of times, you can make your clients 100, 200K plus, depending on your audience, in the few days leading or post webinar. So overall, it's about coming up with the infrastructure and the skills with copywriting, marketing, and then also looking at their sales team, whether it's their setters infrastructure, their sales team of closers, and just being able to look at their whole bottleneck and being able to solve as many of those problems as possible. And then from there, if you just know which ones to tweak and what KPIs they need to hit, and then the SOPs for the webinars, the ad strategies, it's all copywriting. And then once you have the SOPs, it's just about putting that into practice. And overall, when I joined the mentorship and inner circle that I'm in now, I have all the strategies that I need to pretty much get myself to 100K a month by just having anywhere from about 10 clients that pay me 10K a month on average. And that's what I'm doing. And it's simply why you shouldn't be doing SMMA anymore, because it's a never-ending hamster wheel of things going against you with the churn, the client communication. They're making no profit, they're skeptical, they don't trust you, so they won't stay on. They like everything in the world, and you have to deal with a lot of clients. And overall, for me, when I worked with gyms and remodelers, I hated it, and I just realized this isn't it. Like, Iman's telling you one thing and he's doing another. He has his personal brand, he worked with info products. Don't follow everyone else, because money doesn't follow the masses. Look at, okay, who can I look at now that is like, what's everyone else doing? Okay, let me stand on the other side and collect all the cash. Because everyone here is rushing to start the personal brand. You start on the other side with the people that have the personal brand, and you just monetize the cash. That's what everybody isn't telling you to do, but that's what everyone's doing that's actually making money. They're either the personal brand behind the audience, or they're the actual advertiser behind the audience that converts all of that attention through copywriting and those back-end systems, emails, maybe scripting their content, the VSLs, the ads, everything that they need in their back-end systems to make sure that you convert all of that attention. And it's about basically generating eyeballs, liquidating eyeballs, and that's as simple as it is. And I got that from my old mentor, Paul Daly, when I used to be inside his mentorship, which I left just a few weeks ago. So overall, it's about finding somebody who has attention, having the skills and infrastructure in place to turn that attention into basically just like to liquidate those eyeballs. And that's what you need to do to basically just live a life of complete freedom, is by going to people, if you don't already, by having they have the attention, you just convert it with the skills, learn the copywriting, learn the VSLs, learn the emails, learn the content, learn the ad content, all of these different things that you need in place, learn the value first sales cycle of putting in things before the sales call to pre-frame them correctly, so that when they hop on the sales call, they're in the frame of buying, because you don't want somebody to obviously hop on a call who's at a level of interested, they're very interested, we want them to be completely sold, and we put those pre-sale trust-driven assets in place to make sure that they hop on. So it's all these different little nuances, but overall, if you know how to actually find someone with an audience, and you know how to turn that audience and attention into money, you're going to make a lot of money, because you're literally the person that runs that creator's business. They're the content machines. You turn all that attention into money and cash, and you're going to see that your life becomes very easy, and you can start to get paid after you've set everything up one time. You can start to get paid 10 to 15K a month minimum from one of these personal brands or coaches. If you just set everything up, you have them as a big audience, and you can just convert all of that attention into money. And overall, it's the business model that I'm going to run for decades. And I've no doubt in that, because the info space is going nowhere. It's going to be bigger than ever in a few years, and I'm going to be here before everyone else to take advantage of it. And overall, just to make you guys aware of why SMMA, I'm not saying you can't succeed with it, and there's people I know that are doing sort of well with it, but it's not a scalable model, and it's not enjoyable either. Whereas if you're working with people that you actually like I love my clients, and overall, if you can actually like working with those people and you can make them a lot of money with few clients, you're gonna have a lot less headache, make a lot more money than everyone else, and not have to deal with a massive team. And overall, you're looking at a way more scalable model and a life of complete freedom. So I'll just link my Instagram down below. If you have any questions about this model that I'm basically just running right now, you can just reach out to me there, and I'll help you out with it. And overall, I appreciate you watching along, and I'll see you guys in the next one.